So hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today in this video we are going to learn Flexbox in CSS. So here I have a empty HTML file with a style sheet linked to it and a style.css with the basic styling of margin 0, padding 0 and box size in border box. And now we are going to learn Flexbox tree by making a small project of making a nav bar with Flexbox. So let us start. So here first of all we'll have a nav. So we have a nav and inside we'll have a div with a class name logo, and here I'll write logo, and then we'll have a UL, and inside of it we'll have in 4 allies: home, about, and then services, and then contact. So this is a basic HTML for making a nav bar. So I'll open this up in a live server, Alt L, Alt O. Okay, so this is a basic HTML file we are going to work on. And then now what we'll do is go in the style sheet and then select the nav. So we have this nav component here, right? So first thing we'll do is we'll do width of 100 VW so that it will cover the whole width. So for some time let me background color of maybe red. I know this is not looking so gorgeous now, but we'll fix that. So this is for temporary visualization. So now what we are going to do is we are going to display flex in this nav bar component. So what this does is we have a nav component, right? And inside of it we have a div and then we have a UL. So these two are the child components of nav. So if we add flex to nav, then they will be aligned in a, you can say, a horizontal line, because by default it comes like this. So after that what we can do now is, now we have a property in flex, so you can say that justify content space around. So what this will do is space evenly, give space around these two components. So as you can see here, they are separated now. And then what we can do is give a height to the nav bar of maybe 60 pixels. Okay, that's enough. And then what we can do is we can now remove the background color maybe, or maybe change it to something like bluish color or purple color. So maybe this for now. And then what we can do is another property of Flexbox, align items. So what this align item do is this aligns it vertically. So we have a property called align items center. So you can see here it's aligned in center horizontally. No, not horizontally, it's vertically aligned in center. And another thing we can do is we can go to UL, and then again here you can see that we have a UL component, and inside of which we have 4 ally components. So for that what we can do is we can do display flex again. we can use Flexbox here again, so that they all comes in a single line. And then we can do list style of none. Since it is our navbar, so list style does not look good. So we can see that the list item has the style of none. Another thing we can do is give a color in navbar of Alice blue maybe. Yeah, it's nice. Now we can see the text properly. Now what we can do is we can give a width to the UL of maybe 30%. So after that also we can use the same property, justify content, space around. Yeah, you can see here it's nicely distributed. And also what you can do is do cursor pointer on the allies, so that the cursor is pointer here. And in the logo, what you can do is maybe font size of 1.5 rem, yes, or maybe even bigger, something like 1.7 rem, yes. And then we can do font size of, not font size, font family of maybe, let's use UI. Yeah, it looks nice. So also we can do font weight of bold. Yeah. So now here you can see our basic navbar which is ready. Now let me explain you these properties of Flexbox. So first is display flex. So what this does is applies the Flexbox to the main container. So this flex is to be applied in the main container so that the child elements can be styled properly or aligned properly, you can say. And then what we used is justify content space around. So what this does is, if you have the width of 100% in this navbar, then it will give spacing around the child elements so that they are distributed and they are separated. Now let me show you some another properties. So what we can do instead of space around is that we can do space between. So you can see that a space is given in between of these two elements. So also we have other property, space evenly. So it will give even space from all these sides. And then also we have other properties like maybe start. So they are all aligned at the start of the flex container, at the starting of the flex container. Also maybe what you can do, also you can do end, so that they are all at the end of the flex container. So these are basically the properties that you can use. So left and right all works just like the end and the start of the container. So for now we'll do space around only, so it's looking nice. So what we did is we gave a height, and then we used another property of align items center. So what this did is, first of all let me comment this out and see. You can see here it is all stuck at the top of the navbar. So with this property of align item center, what we can do is center the component in the vertical direction so that it comes in center, you know. And then what we did is we grabbed the ul component and then displayed flex again. So it's all same now. List style none, width and justify content space around. And then now this was a basic navbar that you can build using Flexbox, and you can see it's quite responsive also. So it's responsive till here, and also you can do media queries and all those stuff, so that you can have a hamburger menu and the sliding animations and all those fancy stuff. So another thing we'll learn in Flexbox is we will create a section or maybe a simply div, and then we'll give it a class of maybe centers. So what we can do is we can have a text here, so something like hello world. So you can see here it has a text hello world, and then now we are going to center this perfectly in this page. So what we can do here is we can select the center element, and then we can do width of 100 VW, and then height of calc. This is a calculation function you can use in CSS. That's 100 VH minus what we did here, 60 pixels, yes, so that it covers all the available height here. Now you may be noticing that nothing has changed in this text. So what we will do now is we will display flex. Yeah, nothing has changed yet. So after that, what we do, we can do justify content center, so that it will be centered horizontally. You can see now it's centered horizontally. Now what we can do again is align item center. So you can see here the text is aligned perfectly in the center. No matter what the screen size is, the screen size may be bigger or maybe smaller, the text is always going to be in center. So using Flexbox, it's very easy to center a div. So what you can do with Flexbox now, so maybe you can create an image gallery or something like that. So let me create another div with a class of gallery. Okay, so let me grab an image from pixabay.com. So maybe this image, copy image link, and then img src. Now you can see here, it's here, the image is here now. So what we can do now is we can duplicate this image multiple times, maybe Alt Shift and down arrow multiple times. You can see it's duplicated multiple times. So now what we can do is we can grab the gallery element in the CSS. So what we can do here is we can display flex here. So when you display flex, you can see it is overflowing all the way there. So to prevent the overflow, what we can do, body overflow x hidden, so that the overflow is hidden now. So now what we can do here is we can grab dot gallery and then image, and then give a width of maybe say 30%, and then in the gallery we'll do width of 100 VW, so the width is even here. And then what we can do is we have a property of flex wrap, so wrap. Now you can see what you can see here is the image gallery is some sort aligned here, so this is due to the flex wrap property, you can see here. So previously it was overflowing, but when we applied a flex wrap to it, it wrapped the content. So when the another element cannot be aligned in the same horizontal line, it goes down. So you can see here this is responsive as well, so you can see here. So now what we can do is we had 30% here, right? So if we do 50%, we'll have 2 rows here, you can see 2 rows, and it is responsive as well, you can see it has 2 rows. So you can create a simple image gallery like this with the help of flex wrap, and then I think we can apply a gap of 4 pixels maybe. So yeah, 4 pixels, and then maybe we can do here some calc here, 50% minus 8 or 16 pixels, yes. So maybe not 16, it can be maybe like 8 pixels, yes. You can see here we have a gap here in between these images. So this is a simple image gallery that we can build using Flexbox. And also let me show you some other Flexbox elements as well. So notice we build a simple website in just few minutes without a lot of work. We build a simple website that has a nav bar and that has a welcome text and then an image gallery. And then now what we will learn now is some maybe dot content, and then we can have some block of paragraphs. So let me repeat this, maybe this sometimes. So you can see here we have some text here, and then what we do is we grab dot content and then again width of 100 VW, height of 100 VH, 100 VH, and then display flex, justify content center, align items center. So you can see here. Now we'll see some other properties of flex as well. So you can see here it is all lining up in a single line. So what if we want to make them in rows rather than in columns? So we can do is we have a property called flex direction. So with flex direction what you can do is you can choose between column reverse, row reverse, inherit, initial and other stuff. So what you can do is you can do row. So flex direction is row here, and then what you can do is column here. So by default the flex direction is row, but if you want to change this to column, you can definitely change that. And again, we can add a gap of maybe 10 pixels here. So you can see we have a gap here, nice gap. And then we can do also rows. So you can see here it's aligned in a row. Also you can do column. So now what you can do is, maybe it's hard to visualize, so let me add some. This is 1, and then this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. So you can see here this is block 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So what we can do is flex direction of row reverse. So when we do that, you can see here the last element is at the first, and then the first element is at the last. So we can reverse the order as well. So likewise we can do column reverse as well. You can see here column reverse. So possibilities are endless with Flexbox. So you can choose between what you want to make and what you can make. So now let me give some padding here of maybe around 50 pixels. So it's nice and tidy. Maybe gap of 50 pixels again. And then dot content, and then p, then we can have something like background color of what you can do, the previous color we used, or something like, you can do black, not black actually, you can do some bluish tone here, and then the color of white, and also some padding of 10 pixels or what, and then border radius of 10 pixels again. So you can see here we have a simple website built with Flexbox. So I hope you learned about Flexbox in this video. So thanks for watching.
Failure ain't an option, so I'd be cautious. I hope that you're watching. Don't try to